God damn it! I fucked it up again. Okay, this will be the last time I do a non-music reaction for a bit. And by a bit, I mean a few days. But I did see in the comments that one of y'all said watching me react to this is like watching Star Wars. Listen, you little motherfucker. Huh? You make it funny? Huh? You thought that was funny? You thought that was funny? It was. I'm just mad because it's true. Because I'm really all over the place. Let me get an hour. You know what? I'm just going to attach myself to these two people. xCeleste and DKDKTV. Because I feel so incompetent that it's actually hilarious. Nigga, I am reacting to whatever the fuck y'all told me to react to. Hopefully, I got the right thing down. Because if not, we're going to go to the next video. And if I don't get that right, we're going to the next video. And then the next one. And then the next one. And then the next one. We're going to be doing this shit forever. Till I understand fully. Forever. Still haven't laced the beat for the main channel. I'm just so busy and so tired. Oh my god. I fucking hate school. That's besides the point. This is the BTS storyline summary. So let's get straight into it. I do want to sing, but I'm very like hoarse. And I don't want to say. But something inside of it just wants to say, I might get one little bar. All I gotta do is kiss with my lips, and I will be with you tonight. You give me butterflies inside of you. Y'all hear the air in my voice?
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Bangtan universe.
Oh, okay, I can tell she gonna shit on
So
this
today
one.
I'll be summarizing the Bangtan universe.
Yes, start
Remember
from the
that
beginning.
this is just a story and not real life events.
Yes!
This is all created by Big Hit themselves. All this information was gathered from the notes, Save Me webtoon, music videos, and clips. Let's start at the beginning where the boys first met. March 2nd, year 19. The boys were late for school, and as punishment, they were all sent to clean a storage room. Through this event, they all became close friends and made this storage classroom their own hideout. They began to create a lot of happy moments together.
Aww.
June 12, year 19. All the boys decided to ditch school to go to the beach. And while they were at the beach, Hosok suggested to visit a rock that was 3.5 kilometers away. They got to the location only to realize that the rock was no longer there. It was under construction for a seawall. But then they began to yell out their dreams over the loud sounds of the drill. This was when they took the first Polaroid picture at the beach. As time went on, their own hardships began to tear them apart. On May year 20, Namjoon decided to move to the countryside with his brother, mother, and ill father. He was about to write a letter to the boys, but instead, he fogged up the window in their hideout and wrote, "We must survive." And then Namjoon left without saying anything to the boys. Namjoon has always lived in poverty. Him and his family would struggle to come up with money for his father's hospital bills. He did his best to earn money from doing a bunch of part-time jobs. The boys always looked up to him because of how responsible he was, but he felt the pressure.
Wait. Did this motherfucker got a Benz truck? That's a motherfucking Benz truck! Nigga! Yeah! Alright, I'm just saying that because it's just funny how in here she's talking about how they're struggling with money. and he's doing jobs. I'm guessing this is from him doing like odd jobs. Is he filling up somebody else's tank? Or is that his shit? It just looks very hilarious. I'm ignorant. I know. Fuck it. Shut up. It's just funny. Oh yeah, it's not his. Okay. Alright, cool.
Taehyung looked up to Namjoon a lot. When he was young, his mother left him and his older sister behind. Both him and his sister grew up getting abused by their alcoholic father. Since Taehyung doesn't open up about his feelings and hardships, the boys don't know what he's going through. June 11, year 20. Seokjin was forced by the principal to reveal their hideout. The principal threatened to tell Seokjin's father about how he was a bad student. A teacher walked into their hideout while Jungkook and Yoongi were playing the piano. The teacher came up and slapped Jungkook. Yoongi became defensive and pushed the teacher. He ended up getting expelled from school, and Jungkook blames himself for what happened. Seokjin lived in a wealthy family. When his mother passed away, his father sent him to the US to live with his grandmothers. His father has always been strict and cold towards him. Seokjin just wanted to make his family proud. September 15, year 20. Hoseok and Jimin were at the bus stop when Jimin ended up having a seizure. He was brought to the hospital. Hoseok wanted to stay by his side, but Jimin's mother turned him away.
Oh my God.
When Hoseok was about 6 or 7 years old, his mother brought him to a carnival and gave him a chocolate bar. She told him to close his eyes and count to 10. When he opened his eyes, she was gone. She abandoned him, and he ended up living in an orphanage for 10 years.
That's some bitch-ass hoe shit, yeah.
Through this event, Hoseok developed narcolepsy, or at least that's what he says. Theory: Hoseok actually doesn't have narcolepsy, but a disorder called Munchausen's syndrome. It's a mental disorder in which a person repeatedly or deliberately acts as if he or she has a physical or mental illness when he or she is not really sick.
That's what that's called. Oh,
September 28, year 20. Jimin is still in the hospital, and today was a special day for him. He lied for the first time and told the doctors that he didn't remember a thing. When Jimin was about 8 years old, an incident at the flowering laboratorium scarred him for life. Ever since this incident, he began to have seizures, and his parents would keep bringing him to all these hospitals. He ended up transferring to 5 different schools because of this. Theory: Jimin witnessed a little kid's murder at the flowering laboratorium.
Jesus.
There was a 5-year-old kid whose last name was Choi. His father's company went bankrupt and men were chasing after him. The men must have brought him to the flowering laboratorium, and Jimin witnessed them killing him.
How do you know
Jimin
that?
ended up running away.
Oh.
Now this little kid named Choi is also linked to Seokjin. He was in the same class when 2 men tried to come in and take him. Seokjin saved the boy and brought him over to his house to hide, but then the men came over there. Seokjin's father let them in and stopped Seokjin from helping the boy. September 30, year 20. Jungkook would go to their secret hideout every day in hopes of one day seeing them all gather together again.
It's not a secret no
In
more.
the end, they didn't. It was just Hoseok and Jungkook. Jungkook relied on the boys a lot. His father left him when he was 7, so he lived with his mother, stepfather, and stepbrother. Now he would get abused by his stepbrother while his stepfather and mother just watched and did nothing. So his family were the boys, who were now falling apart.
Why is this shit so fucking
He was very
sad?
close to
Oh
Yoongi,
my God.
and they were the ones who would always go to the hideout to play the piano together. Yoongi has always loved making music, but when he was about 15 years old, his house caught on fire with his mother still inside. She passed away. She was the reason why Yoongi started to play the piano, because she used to play it herself. Him and his father didn't have a good relationship, and it seems as if his father didn't want him to continue making music anymore. Theory: Yoongi's mom was the one who started the fire to commit suicide.
Oh my
Now
God.
the story
what the
goes
fuck?
on. Namjoon left for the countryside without telling anyone, but ends up coming back after over a year and lives in a container. Seokjin transferred to a school in Los Angeles without a word. Taehyung's whereabouts were always unknown. Yoongi never showed up after being expelled from school. Jimin never came back to school after going to the hospital. Hoseok was now working a part-time job at a burger joint, and sometimes he would see Jungkook in his school uniform. April 11, year 22. Seokjin finally came back to Korea after 2 years and 10 months. He drove to a gas station and spotted Namjoon working there. He decides not to say hi though and ended up driving away. May 22nd, year 22. Seokjin begins to wonder what the other boys were doing now. He decides to go back to the gas station to visit Namjoon. But when he got there, he found out that Namjoon ended up going to jail. He got his phone number and went to visit him. Namjoon revealed that he got into jail after getting into a fight with a customer. Hoseok was in the hospital after a bad accident. He didn't know where Taehyung and Jimin were, and that both Jungkook and Yoongi were dead. Seokjin was heading out of the police office when he saw Taehyung outside of the entrance. He was tied up and convicted of murder. Taehyung murdered his father and was going to jail.
What?
Seokjin went back to the beach they once visited back in high school. Where did it all go wrong? He asked himself. Then a voice spoke to him. If you could turn back time, do you believe you can straighten out the errors and mistakes and save everyone?
God?
He woke up and it was April 11 again. He thought it was all a dream and continued his day like nothing had happened. He went to the gas station, saw Namjoon, then again decided not to say hi.
Nigga!
He began to drive through an alley when a body landed on the hood of his car. Then he realized it was Jungkook.
What?
His heart begins to beat fast and everything shattered.
Oh, what the fuck? This is too much. Holy shit. Nigga, if I'm driving and a fucking body falls on my hood of my car, nigga, I'm dead too. Oh my God, no. Slim, nigga, I get scared when a goddamn rock hits my window from a truck. If a body falls on my shit, I'm dead too. Fuck all that other shit. Why? Whoever told me if I could come back, change time, nigga. Fuck it, no. Change time so a body can fall on my fucking car. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. Fuck no.
Like a mirror around him.
Jesus.
And it was April 11 again.
I was shit myself.
He kept thinking everything was a dream, and so the same things happened again.
Bro, say hello to
He went to the gas station, didn't say hi to Namjoon.
Alright, at this point, this nigga finna fry the shit out of me. Okay? He sees the same nigga 3 times and doesn't want to say anything. 3 times? 3 times. This nigga's looking and he's still doing the same shit. And you just looking and not saying nothing. Nigga, say hi. Fuck, man.
And this time he was walking down the alley when Jungkook's body dropped behind him.
Alright, bro.
Everything shattered and a voice spoke to him again. You won't make it out here alone in this entangled destiny.
Nigga, if I was the voice, I would said, nigga, you fucked up again. Go back and try again. You fucked up, go back. Like, I said, if I was that nigga saying some shit he gotta do, nigga, I'd be like, hey, yo, you fucked up again. Come on, try again. I just keep like, yo, try again until I get bored, and I'd be like, all right, young, you don't give a fuck no more. This time, I'm gonna put the body in front. This time, the body gonna land on you, nigga. Like, come on. you not catching on. You not catching on. Come on. But I understand, like, if I was in this situation, I probably wouldn't catch on either. Because I go through life on autopilot. But if a body falls in front of me, behind me, on my car, on top of me, I think I would, like, get my shit together. You don't really get deja vu 3 times in a row. But this is also a storyline. It's not on actual events.
Here's how to remember the loop. Once you open your eyes. Now, he began to see fragments of the previous timelines he was in. Seokjin finally realized that he's been going back in time. Now, things get super complicated during this journey. He begins to find out how each of the boys get in trouble and how they die. But every time he traveled back in time, a few things would change, and that's because of the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect, a part of the chaos theory that states that one small change in a situation can drastically change the outcome of an event. Now, I personally recommend you reading the Save Me webtoon for a more detailed story, because it gets super complicated because he travels back so many times in order to save everyone. So it's a mess. For now, I'll give you the order of events for each member along with their reasons. On April 11, year 22, Namjoon gets into a fight with a customer at the gas station. This event caused him to be sent to prison. He's been dealing with rude customers all the time, but this time he had enough. And you could say he was tired of being looked down on. Later that night on April 11, Jungkook falls off the building of a construction site and dies. He no longer stayed in contact with the boys, and he felt like his family didn't care. Quote, "That gave me the idea that I could die if I just took one more step. But would death bring the end of anything? No one would be sad if I was not around anyways."
Y'all wanna know something about me and about my beliefs? This is something that nobody asks, but I believe that death is not a bad thing. I believe that death is a beautiful thing. I say that because there is this theory or this study that when you come or orgasm, it's like a tiny death. That split second is like a tiny death. And that's a summary of what I believe. But I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to know, but I don't know. There's a lot of people out here who are afraid of death, and well, I can't really tell you how to believe, but this is what I believe. Like, I believe that, energy never dies, and I feel like you do go somewhere when you die. And I don't think death is painful, because you feel a lot of pain. Well, I mean, you will feel a lot of pain, like, in this world that we in right now. Hold on, let's get up a little bit. I ain't got no pants on. You feel a lot of pain in this world, and if you feel so much pain, you die. I don't think if you feel so much pain to the point of death, you feel more pain. It has to stop somewhere. It's like it will get to a point where you would feel euphoria or that little click. That's why coming feels so good. It's like death. Don't quote me on that. Make sure y'all go research that if y'all feel interested. If y'all feel interested. It's very fucking interesting. Really, it is. But back to this sad ass story.
May 2nd, year 22. Yoongi burns himself in a motel or hotel. The location keeps changing every time. There's like 3 different hotels. But he also tries to burn himself on April 29 and May 10 during different timelines because of the butterfly effect. Now, Yoongi would always go around town.
I like how Euphoria is in the background.
He kept his distance from everyone he cared about because he felt like
this is why he's playing it on the piano. I can hear that shit.
He thought it was better to just end the pain.
Euphoria.
May 10, year 22. Hosuk falls down and hits his head while walking on a bridge. And on May 12, year 22, Now, he was at the hospital for a checkup after hitting
I can't
his
walk no
head
bridge.
from having narcolepsy.
I can't walk no
And he
bridge.
thought he saw his mother and tried to chase her down the stairs, but
I see
ended up
Final
slipping.
Destination. I can't walk no bridge.
May
Fuck
12,
that.
year 22. Jimin tries to drown himself in the bathtub at the hospital. Now, Jimin's been stuck in the hospital for years. His mother wouldn't let him out because they were ashamed of his sickness, and he just wanted to be free. May 20, year 22. Taehyung murdered his father and went to jail.
Oh.
He came home to his father beating up his sister, and
Bow!
without
Hit that
thinking,
nigga! Bing!
he broke open an alcohol bottle and used it to stab his father.
Get that nigga.
May 22nd, year 22.
Nah. Get that nigga. Hey, son. On for real, hey. Catch your dad hitting your mom. Hit that nigga with that motherfucking. Bah! Ooh, shit. Oh, you thought you was gonna hit her with a right? Well, here's a left, bitch. Bitch ass nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga should not have
Taehyung
went
ends
to jail.
up
Fuck all
jumping
that other shit.
off the viewing platform
Oh,
by
ass
the
nigga.
ocean
You
in
deserve-
front of the
I'm not gonna
boys
say that.
in a different
I'm not gonna say that.
timeline.
I'm not gonna say that.
Seokjin
just
discovered
talking so
all
much, I'm
these
not- nah.
events
I'm not getting
one at a time after multiple failures, multiple attempts. It was just such a mess. But these are solutions he found during the Save Me webtoon. April 11. He gets to Namjoon at the gas station before he gets into a fight, then rushes over to Jungkook at the construction site to stop him.
Oh my god.
May 2nd. He then has to figure out which building Yoongi will start a fire in and bust in to save him because Yoongi
This is a
would choose,
crazy
like,
ass
3
story, but at the end of the
different
day,
buildings all
this
the
nigga
time.
got
May
everybody
10.
together.
He catches Hosok from falling on the bridge. Then he
He's like
kidnaps Jimin from the hospital.
He's like a guardian
After
angel.
so many tries, Seokjin finally gathered everyone together. They all met up at Namjoon's container place and celebrated.
And ate fries.
It seemed as if everyone was happy, but then
I wish I had a group of friends like this,
Seokjin let
man.
his guard down. He totally forgot about Taehyung stabbing his father. He traveled back in time again, and this time he decided to give Taehyung a ride, hoping to get something out of him. As soon as
I mean, I would have let him, done that shit to his dad. Because, I don't know, the amount of rage I would be in if I seen my pops beat my mom, and I'm just like, look, and I'm like in this age where I can whoop that nigga ass. If I see that shit, nigga, it's over. It's over.
he dropped him at his home,
You getting all
he heard
hands,
screams from
hands,
his
feet,
place. Taehyung
headbutts.
darted towards his place as Seokjin realized that talking to him was probably not enough. He chased after him and came into the room while he was beating up his dad. Seokjin tried to stop him, but instead, he ended up getting stabbed instead.
Oh, shit.
April 11 again. This was when Seokjin realized that he can't save everyone on his own.
Oh, okay.
Theory. In the next season of the
Seokjin.
webtoon, we're still going to go through so many failures, such as Taehyung jumping off the platform by the ocean, and also Namjoon potentially burning himself in his container. This was actually part of Taehyung's dreams, which I forgot to mention. Taehyung has these nightmares of the past timelines. He thinks they're all a dream, but these things actually happen.
The story's crazy.
Now, we're still trying to figure out though if these dreams are of the past timeline or can he see the future. But anyways, I'll give you my theory as to how each member will be saved. You'll understand what I mean in just a second.
Will I?
So Seokjin goes to the gas station to
Seokjin.
save Namjoon. After that, I don't know what exactly Seokjin does, but Hosok ends up contacting all the boys to invite them over to Namjoon's container house, which is how Yoongi
Oh, shit.
ended up calling Jungkook's phone before he was about to fall off the building. Now, in order to save Yoongi, Seokjin uses Jungkook. Taehyung actually spotted Seokjin in the act of helping. He sent Jungkook to visit Yoongi at his workroom, which ended with Yoongi running out and running to the motel/hotel. Seokjin left clues in front
Shit
of
is
the
so
building
dramatic.
entrance in order to help Jungkook find Yoongi.
Imagine being so
Jungkook
tired that
makes
you
it to the
don't want to
motel
fight, but you
and
keep
saves
fighting.
Yoongi from the fire. And instead of Seokjin saving Hoseok from falling on the bridge and hitting his head, he lets that happen.
Jesus.
Why? So Jimin can meet Hoseok. So Hoseok ends up in the bed next to Jimin at the hospital. When Hoseok was about to fall down the stairs after chasing who he thought was his mother, Jimin was there to catch him. Since Hoseok didn't fall and get hurt again, he was released from the hospital. Hoseok and the boys went back to kidnap Jimin. Before leaving, they had a little party in the hospital lounge with snacks and soda. A nurse ends up catching them and they all ran out of the exit together. Seokjin then used Hoseok to save Taehyung. Hoseok dropped Taehyung home, and just when he was about to leave, Seokjin called him over the phone and asked him to call Taehyung. This made him go into Taehyung's house just before the fight was about to happen. May 22nd, year 22. This is the day that Seokjin couldn't get past, and finally he was able to celebrate with everyone being alive. Now they all went back to the ocean where they made their wishes back in high school. Everything was all happy, or at least you thought. Now something must have happened because Taehyung became super sensitive. Now I don't know if it's because he overheard Namjoon's conversation over the phone and thought he was talking about him, but Namjoon was actually talking about his younger brother, or maybe a mixture of Taehyung already suspecting that Seokjin was hiding something. But anyways, they were at a place by the ocean when Seokjin was about to confess. He said he had something to tell everyone, and it's something he should have said a long time ago when they were back in high school. Now, Taehyung ends up interrupting him by saying, "When you ratted on us to the principal, or when Yoongi got kicked out of school because of that?" Then that's when the famous line came in. The whole, "Seokjin, is that all? Aren't you hiding something from us?" Now, Namjoon tries to calm him down, but then he said, "What is all the fuss about being together?
My God!
What are we to each other? We are all alone at the end." That's when Seokjin punched him and a fight broke out.
Jesus!
In the end, Seokjin must have went back into the past again. But in another timeline, Seokjin leaves before all this happens. So when the boys got to the ocean by the observation tower, Seokjin climbs it. But then Taehyung follows after him. And after a while, Seokjin climbs back down, got into his car, and drove off, leaving the boys with no ride. Later the same night, Jungkook got hit by a car.
Damn!
Theory. I believe it was Seokjin. Now there are clues in the notes pointing to him, especially with Jungkook being suspicious of Seokjin that night, and we'll wait and see though. After the day, May 22nd, they all fell apart and didn't contact each other much.
This is hella dramatic.
This is when the highlight reels come in.
Oh.
Hoseok was the first person who heard about Jungkook's car accident.
This is where I come to, nigga.
When Jungkook's classmates came in and talked about the incident.
This is where I fucked up. I had so much
Hoseok
shit
and
before
Jimin
this.
came to visit him after he was unconscious for 10 days. And they were upset that he didn't contact them immediately. Taehyung rushed to the hospital, but when he got there, he heard Namjoon and Seokjin talking, and he couldn't bring himself to go in. Jungkook ends up meeting a girl at the hospital who helped him stay positive during his recovery. Yoongi was making music again, and with the help of a girl who played the guitar. She was giving him free solo performances at school and
I got you. I heard
and he was supposed to join her at the hospital.
This is where it gets fucked up again.
Ever since he got addicted to his work again, he would lose sense of time. He wouldn't answer phone calls or check his messages. Finally, he charged his phone, but then his phone rang. And it was a phone call from Jimin.
Ooh.
Jimin told him about Jungkook's car accident the night they all came back from the beach. So Yoongi went crazy. He made it to the hospital, but he couldn't bring himself to go in. He felt like all of this was his fault.
No.
Jungkook went outside with the girl he met at the hospital. They were hanging out, sitting on a bench, and he began to sketch until he heard a familiar song. Now, it was a song that Yoongi would play during high school. He looked over and it was the girl with the guitar. He got closer and noticed a lighter hanging on her guitar with the initials YK. Taehyung is now all alone. He catches a girl stealing at a convenience store, and they run into each other a couple more times and ends up basically becoming friends. They spent about a month together until one day, they were spraying graffiti at the bus station Namjoon usually stops at.
That's why they ran.
And the cops began to chase after them until they were cornered. Taehyung ends up surrendering, and then after being released,
why did you,
the girl
nigga?
was
Why
nowhere
did
to be
what
found.
the fuck?
Jimin ends up going back home after they returned from
Why
the
did you
beach.
go out the
After
thing?
he ran away from the hospital, he lived with Hosuk. Now it was time to go back. His mother ended up forcing him to join an academy, and he also decided that he wanted to dance, so he joined Hosuk's Just Dance class. During dance practice, Jimin and Hosuk's friend collided.
Jesus.
Instead of him reacting to the girl getting hurt, he ends up running into the bathroom to wash the blood off his arm in a panic.
Oh my god.
This reminded him of what happened at the flowering laboratorium. And as soon as he realized what had happened, he ran after Hosuk and the girl with an umbrella to help out, but stopped and turned back around. Hosuk carried the girl in the rain to the hospital. In the process, he ended up hurting his ankle. They made it to the hospital, and the doctor told him that she just had a mild concussion. Hosuk discovers a plane ticket to the US in her backpack, though. He realized that she had passed the overseas dance team audition. She became conscious and was ready to go home. When they were at the entrance, she was about to tell him about her going to the US, but instead, Hosuk avoided it and made an excuse to get an umbrella. Namjoon becomes interested in a girl he's been seeing every day for a month. They would take the same bus to study in the same library before he'd go to work at night.
Way back,
he's
shawty.
never spoken a word to her.
Nigga, you know
But
you
began
want
to
her,
wonder
shawty.
what she
You
does
got two
and
jaws
what
in the
kind of
back,
things
two
she's
back.
been
Come on,
doing.
yeah.
It's
be a
probably
pussy.
because she reminded him of himself.
Go say hello.
He got her a hair tie but ended up leaving it on her backpack when she was asleep on the bus. Eventually, each of the boys begin to rediscover themselves and realize they want to become a better person. Taehyung no longer wanted to be the same and wanted to protect his sister and father, his family.
Yes.
Hosuk decided to leave town and was gone for a while to heal his injured foot. During that time, he helped out a performance group and even toured with them for a little bit. They asked him to officially join their group, but then he realized he needed to go back home. And so he finally comes back to congratulate his friend for going overseas. Yoongi ended up losing the guitar girl, but even though he's given up on music countless of times, he'd always start music again. And this time, he didn't want to run away from it anymore. Jimin continued to dance and would practice by himself every night.
He just becomes a god of
dancing. He wanted
dancing.
to commit to something
Jesus.
and prove that he was good at it. Namjoon thought back to his high school years. Everything he had given up on, he wanted to start it again. Jungkook was the only one who seemed to be off, especially after the car accident. Now, he was just trying to figure out what happened that night. Now, all the boys planned on meeting up for the yearly fireworks on August 30, year 22. It was Hosuk's idea to get everyone together, and after he returned from taking a break, their group chat started buzzing again. Now there's Seokjin. In July, Seokjin saw a girl drop her diary while crossing the railroad tracks. In that diary was her wish list of things to do.
Why
He
didn't
ends
he
up
say
meeting up
anything?
with her and doing everything she's been wanting to do.
Like why?
But
Why
then he
did?
never told her that he had her diary.
Why did he not say, "Yo, you dropped your book"? Excuse me. You. Yo. Like why do you just do that? I don't know, man. I don't know shit. That's
One of
cute
the
though.
things on her wish list was Smeraldo flowers. Seokjin was able to find a shop he could order through.
That's pretty
But they
suspicious
wouldn't be able
though.
to get a hold of it until August 30.
I'd be creeped out if somebody
Seokjin
did
was
every
thinking
single thing
of
that I wanted.
confessing his love for her
And
with
I never
the
told
flowers
them?
while the fireworks bursted in the sky. That was his plan. But of course, that's not what happened. Seokjin was able to receive the bouquet of Smeraldo flowers from the delivery truck. He discovered that there was no card in the bouquet and immediately called the owner. "Ah, I'll make a U-turn now, the light just changed." That's what the owner said.
Oh my God!
Before the owner finished his sentence, the girl came into view and began to walk towards him.
You just why you gotta
across
look
the
left
road.
and right? God damn!
She got hit by the truck.
Holy
She
shit!
stood there helplessly. then heard a mirror crack. Theory: Seokjin travels back again. Now, I don't know when he travels back to, since the only date we know is April 11, but dang, that is far. So he must have traveled back to August 30 before he met up with the girl, which explains this clip of him catching the vase like he knew it would fall, and instead of changing it to a suit looking all happy and cute, he's now sad and upset. Instead of getting more involved with the girl, he ends up just giving back her diary and apologizing for having it. The diary acted as a starting and stopping point for them. He then realized he tried to be someone else he wasn't. He tried to follow everything in that diary and realized that only by being true to himself can he continue to move forward. So he stood up after giving her the diary, and she didn't try to stop him. Now, there were a lot of things that were left out, and I felt like there were super important keys, but I don't really know which timeline this falls under. At one point when Seokjin went back in time, he was searching for the map of the soul.
Wow.
This was the only hint that he was given, supposedly, and he began to search every bookstore and library. Another important key is the note from August 3, year 22. When the boys brought Seokjin into their old hideout from high school. Quote, memories. What Taehyung called memories were stories that did not mean anything to me. That I had done such things, that there had been such things that happened to me, and that we had done things together, such stories. It could be that those things were true, it felt like they were, but remembering is not the same as understanding or accepting. Experiences are not things you can simply hear or figure out. They are things that have to be rooted in your heart, head, and spirit. Doesn't it sound like Seokjin lost his memory or something?
Yes.
Taehyung tries to stop Seokjin from leaving, and they end up getting into a physical fight. All of a sudden, they knock down a wall that they never knew was there in their hideout. On the other side of the wall was a chained cabinet. They opened it and found a notebook. Now, it wasn't just any notebook. It was the diary of Seokjin's father. Which brings us back to the note from June 25th, year 19. When Seokjin noticed the sentence, everything started from here, written in the storage room. His father attended the same school as him, and he wondered if his father also came to the same storage room to hide out in. Did Seokjin's father also have the ability to travel back in time? And yep, that's all I have so far for this timeline. I did my best to summarize what I could, but also include the details you needed. So,
nigga, why the fuck I want more? Nigga, I wanted more of this shit. So that was the BTS storyline summary and explained. Part 1. So that means it's gonna be part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the fuck. So yeah. This is a hell of a story, my nigga. This is a hell of a story. But I am interested. I'm kind of mad that she stopped. No funnies. But I'll react to part 2, if there is one, another day. Does it still feel like Star Wars? Am I caught up? Or do I have hella more to you know, to look at? This shit made me want to come up with my own story, bruh. But my shit would be all out of place and shit. But nah. If y'all enjoyed, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and turn on my post notifications, and tell your friends about me. Shout out to xCeleste or xCeleste for packaging this so greatly. So greatly. And shouts out to, let me go to the name, because I almost cried when I seen this. Well, I actually did cry when I seen this. And I'm just so, like, so grateful. Where's the name? Where's the Instagram name? Where's the Instagram name? Okay. X.PJM95. She did some art for a nigga. And y'all don't know how much that means to me. because it takes time to do art. So to do art of somebody out of your own volition is very big for me. You know, and I can't be nothing but grateful and thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna put your art up here. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can say thank you 1,000 times. So thank you times 1,000. Thank you. 1,001. So yeah, go ahead and give her a follow. And yeah, I don't know how to do these things. I never did this shit. I never had this shit before. But I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for everything. I see you guys in the next video. Y'all be easy, alright? I promise I'm gonna get back to the music soon. I promise, man. I promise. I just had to get this shit right. And if I see on the comments that I got this wrong too, then y'all niggas gonna have to wait. Fuck it, okay? I wanna get back to some music.